I think to me, there's no greater time um, than right now to take a hold of the opportunity of being adventurous, because all of the the Christmas things that we're probably used to doing that fill our December, most of those have been canceled. And so there's a lot of free time right now. And what better time to say, let's try something new. Let's do something different. Usually our calendars are so busy, we don't have time to go cut a tree. We just have to hurry up and grab one on the way home from the grocery store and put up. But, this year's a little bit different. We have a lot, our schedules are a little more cleared, and there's a lot that we can do to be adventurous, and we just have to think outside the box, and we have to be willing to not be afraid. So one story is last year, my husband's 93-year-old grandmother was with us, and we ice fish a lot. So that's just something we do where we're from. And, she just was asking a lot of questions about it. And we thought, why couldn't we take her? Like, she isn't walking well. And we thought, let's get creative. That's another thing that getting adventurous as a family does. We're like, let's get creative. It breeds all sorts of creativity. And my son, who was 9 at the time, and my husband thought, how can we get great grandma, who's 93, on to the middle of a lake and keep her warm? And they came up with the coolest way of putting her in a sled on a chair and strapping it on and taking her out there. And it was just being willing to say, we have this time, we have the drive with the idea, let's figure out how to do it. And you know what? One thing that we had to get out of, I'm like, no, not grandma. Something could happen, or she doesn't want to, or I don't want to put this on her. And when we did it, she was so thrilled. She was so happy to actually experience it with us. And I think families that have a child who we think would hold us back from these adventures, maybe they're wheelchair bound, maybe, maybe they have some sensory disorders that we thought there's no way that they could, we have to be willing to say, let's give it a try, because it could just open up their world, and it could bring such joy and such pleasure. And you know what? Worst case scenario, they hate it and we never do it again, right? But we gave it a go, right? The worst that could happen is they don't like it. So during this Christmas season with COVID and the cancel, I'd say, if you live in a place to go get a tree, go pick out a tree, even if it's just from a tree farm. So fun. And again, you're going to have to work through refining one another out there when you pick out a tree. It will bring you
with ones that have like whole sides missing, and everybody's going, who didn't see that?
This? It's true. But when you look at that tree, you have the memory from the adventure that came with it. Or, it doesn't, like we keep saying, it doesn't have to be big. It could simply be, let's get up early, really early. There's nobody can't get up early, and let's watch the sunrise together. Whether we have to drive somewhere to see it or we can see it in our front yard, that alone could be an adventure. And, it could push a lot of your family members beyond what they're comfortable. There are going to be family members who don't want to get up early. But when you're all watching the sun come up, I promise you, it's incredible, because you're seeing God in and how he orchestrated everything to work. Or maybe it's staying up late and going on a full moon walk, going on a walk in the full moon and listening to the sounds or the silence. And, bonus points if you do it on a frozen lake. Or just simply fishing. I mean, there's got to be somewhere near everyone that maybe it's just a stock, even if it's a stocked fishing pond, it's something new. So I would just say, take the time, and rather than be discouraged this holiday season with your normal being canceled, think of it as an incredible opportunity to try something new as a family. And you win some and you lose some, but keep going and try new things.